Hi, so unfortunately this is not a video of me reviewing episode 9 because it's not out yet when I'm filming this, even though it probably will be by the time I post this, but it does take me a minute to edit things. But yeah, when I was editing my last video, I had a lot to say that might be of interest. The first thing did not make it into the video because even though I was saying positive things about Druck, I was dissing Scum France in the process, and I just feel like I wasn't reviewing Scum France, and that video that I was editing was super long already, so I was like, not completely relevant, but relevant enough that maybe you guys might want to hear. So I was talking specifically about this scene and about Abdi's crush on Sam. Before I watched Druck, I watched Scum France, and if you watched any of my Scum France videos, you might know how much I deeply detest Basile. I am so fucking pissed that they set Daphne up with Basile. It brings tears to my eyes to think about it. If anybody's wondering, like, why didn't I talk about the rest of the season of Scum France, it's because I kind of stopped watching and I've not yet finished season 3 of Scum France, and I haven't gone on to watch season 4, so that's why. Anyway, I like making these videos about Druck way better. And yeah, part of the reason for that is I'm so angry about the Basile situation. Like, they did some good things with Scum France and how they developed the female characters, but then they set these girls up with the worst guys. I'm so angry. To tie this all back into talking about Abdi, we have Abdi, who's awkward, who doesn't know how to talk to his crush, and who gets very flustered to the point where when she's trying to talk to him, he barely says anything and Jonas is the one to take over. And I thought that was really cute and adorable, and I liked the text message conversation from earlier when he said that Sam is so beautiful and he called her a goddess. It's just so nice that he has a crush on Sam. He's not talking about her in a very derogatory, degrading, overtly sexual way. He's awkward, but he's not creepy about it. I'm happy with that. All of these things that I'm complimenting Abdi for, like, yes, he has a crush on a girl and doesn't harass her and isn't gross about it. Like, that's the bare minimum. And yet after Scum France, I was like, this is what Daphne should have gotten. Like, what the fuck? The German boy squad, it's such an improvement from the original. And let me say this about comparing original to the remakes. So I never think of it as like, oh, I'm spilling the tea if I say a remake in general is better than the original, because that's like saying the second draft of the story is better than the rough draft. It should be. That's the fucking point of making a second draft. So if there are things that I like about the remakes that I think surpass the original, that's just the remakes doing their job, you know? And that doesn't mean that the original was shitty or whatever the hell. When you're gonna rewrite a story, I think some things are your own creative, artistic vision that you can reinterpret as you will. But one thing that I feel like is such a no-brainer, in the original Scum, Jonas and Isak hang out with this random guy called Elias in season 1, and then we don't really see or hear from him again after season 2, and then all of a sudden they're hanging out with these 2 other guys who haven't been introduced, and they're just best friends all of a sudden. I would think that if you're gonna do a remake, you think to yourself, that Elias character, maybe he could be a member of the boy squad. Maybe I could introduce the members of the boy squad early before season 3 so they don't just show up randomly. I don't understand why Scum France didn't think to do that, because like that's such an obvious thing that they should have changed and they didn't. It's just, Another issue with the Boy Squad. So I mentioned before how much I didn't like how they talked about women and how much I feel like they pressured the Isak character when it came to Emma. Didn't listen to his words when he talked about how uncomfortable he was around her. In the original Boy Squad, they were just so flat to me. They only talked about hooking up with girls. But then after Isak came out to them, they were supportive, and they occasionally asked about like Isak's sexuality or Isak and Evan, that sort of thing. And that's cool that they were supportive afterwards, but I feel like with the German Boy Squad, the good qualities from the original Boy Squad, they're more consistent like before season 3 episode 6. Without the bad qualities, they actually pay attention when they see that Mateo isn't feeling well, and they are concerned for his well-being instead of pressuring him into doing something with a girl that he doesn't even like, you know? Whereas with the French Boy Squad, I feel like they inherited all of those problems and made it worse, and that Magnus was nowhere near as bad as Basile. Like, what? They took something that wasn't a problem and created a problem. But the good side of that, seeing Luca kind of join the girl squad, and I loved the girl squad so much in Scum France season 3, and they definitely played a more prominent role in the story, and I really liked that, especially considering my feelings towards original Nora and how she stopped being an interesting character, stopped having an identity outside of being half of Norhelm. Hopefully that's not what's gonna happen with Mia. I do think that she's a bit more interesting than Nora was at this point, but I still... What do you guys think? Because I feel like I just see her as Alex's girlfriend, but I guess we'll see how season 4 goes with that. Back to the German Boy Squad. Even that pizza discourse at the end of episode 7, it was so fucking funny. They're way better developed, and like what they have to say is actually interesting, and I look forward to seeing their scenes together. So far, the highlight of episode 9 has been the scene with the guys. I really loved it. I can't wait till I get to see Davi get to meet the guys. That would be really cool. Hi, it's Friday morning now, and I'm really hoping that that 1.5-minute clip that I just saw was not the last clip of the episode and that there's more to come. Fingers crossed, which nicely segues into the next bit of this video, because that's exactly how I felt last week. But like, before I talk about the content of that Friday clip, this is a call out post to somebody who decided to comment on my video from a couple days ago. Evie is not on fire, is it? Listen, when I saw that clip, I was angry and I felt betrayed, because that means we're gonna have a whole other week of Hell Week. We're gonna have a whole other week that we're not gonna like develop this relationship even further. I was beyond pissed. And then I go about my day, I get this comment, and I'm like, oh, what happened? Was that clip that I saw, was that not the final clip of the episode? Does that mean that there's actually another clip? And Mateo was able to talk to David and reassure him and show David that he's there for him, and then they end up going on that date anyway, and it's romantic and it's everything that I wanted. No, that comment was sarcasm, and it gave me false hope for a couple of hours. And then after I realized that the episode was already complete, already out, and there was no date, and it ended where I thought that it ended originally. I explained to Evie that I did not register the sarcasm because, okay, to give you guys context, I mentioned how I was so happy that Davi came out himself and that he wasn't outed at the end of episode 8. I get the context now of that comment, but then I was like, listen to me. That was cruel, what you did to me. Then they're saying sorry, but I'm just letting you know, Evie. Apology not accepted, blocked, reported. You are canceled. How dare you? I'm so, I'm hoping that on Friday I'll get a fucking reunion clip. I need a reunion clip. I need it. And if I don't get it, don't mess with me in the comments section. Don't give me false hope like that. It hurts me. It hurts me. Dear Brianna, why'd you make this video and you still haven't made a video about Scum España? So, a couple of months ago, my plan was definitely I do a Druck video for 2 episodes, and then I do a Scum España discussion video for 2 episodes, and then I'd keep doing that. But then I ended up being way more attached to Druck than I thought I would, and less attached to Scum España Season 2 than I thought I would. And I figured that maybe the Scum España videos wouldn't be missed anyway, since the video that I made about Scum España didn't get a ton of comments. So yeah, I just found posting these videos to be like, I was more motivated to do it, and it was more rewarding, and I didn't know that people like were actually looking out to see if I was gonna make a Scum España video. So I don't know if that's a good enough answer for you guys. I noticed that now I get comments about if I'm gonna make videos or when, and my answer keeps changing. I said, not anytime soon, or yeah, soonish. I don't know. It depends on a number of things, and also like me trying to have a life outside of this. But I'm sorry if like you guys are looking forward to that and I'm just like leaving you hanging. And I'd also like eventually like to make other videos about things that aren't Scum, but I figured I'd just wait until summer to do that. But I don't know.